Okay, in this video, we're going to cover multiplication and trailing zeros, and so let's begin. So a number like 200, it has two trailing zeros. A number like 30, it has one trailing zero. So we have multiplication, 50 times 20. And you might know automatically 50 times 20 is going to give us 1,000 because 5 times 2 is 10, and then you add your two zeros. So 1, 2. And so we have three trailing zeros. And so that's one way to solve this problem. Now, often most numbers won't be that nice, and what we could do is create a factor tree. So to get 50, it's going to be 2 times 25, and to get 25, it's going to be 5 times 5. Likewise, to get 20, it's going to be 2 times 10, and to get 10, it's 2 and 5. And so what we notice is we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 2's, so 2 cubed. Likewise, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 5's, so 5 raised to 3. And so the way that we can get 10 by multiplication with prime numbers, it would be 2 times 5. And like for example, 10 isn't a prime number. You can break down 10 by 2 and 5. And so the only way to get 10 is by 2 times 5. So how many pairs of 2 and 5 do you have? Well, in this case, we have 3 pairs. And that's why we know we have 3 trailing zeros. Now in this problem, this is much more work compared to what we just did here. But we're working with easy numbers in that problem. And like, for example, with this problem, you might intuitively know that you're going to have 0 trailing zeros because you can't break down 16 with 5's and you can't break 32 with 5's. You're going to break it down with a bunch of 2's, and we'll see that. So 32, you can get 4 times 8, 4 you can do 2 times 2, 8 you can do 2 times 4, and then 4 you can do 2 times 2. Likewise with 16, you would get 4 and 4, and then 2 and 2, and then 2 and 2. And so what we get is 2 raised to 9, and we don't have any 5. So I'm going to say 5 raised to 0. And so we won't have any trailing zeros. So 0 trailing zeros. Of course, if we use a calculator, we get 512. We have no trailing zeros. Now this is the next problem, 35 and 14. We're definitely going to have a trailing zero because you could divide 35 by 5, and you can obviously divide 14 by 2. So let's do it. So 5 times 7, nothing else. Then here we have 2 times 7, nothing else. And so what we actually care about is the 5's and the 2's. So we have 5 raised to 1 times 2 raised to 1. And so we're going to have one trailing zero. In fact, if we use a calculator, we're going to get 490. And so we see the trailing zero. And that's pretty much it for this video.